Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and I am here with a review for Strategic Mind Fight for Dominance on Xbox. Now, this was released on the 20th of the 7th, 2023, developed by Stalin Games and published by Klabater, who were kind enough to send me a copy for this video review. Now, this is an interesting release. We've covered some of the Strategic Mind games on the channel before that have been released on Xbox. However, this one is actually two games in one, so it appears to be a combination of Strategic Mind Blitzkrieg and Strategic Mind Spectre of Communism sort of mashed into one new release, and that's not a bad thing because you're getting more for your money basically. So this is a sort of World War II war game. It's one of those games where you command your ground, air, naval forces across battles through like historical time periods. You basically play like the general and you're commanding all the sort of troops over this hexagonal board. Now, they basically follow two different things. There's this one which is Blitzkrieg, where you are leading German forces, and then there's the other one where you're sort of leading the USSR Armed Forces as well. Now, this one does feel a lot better than previous ones in the franchise. It's still not perfect, I'm not going to lie, but it definitely feels like it's a step up compared to previous games that have been released on Xbox. Now, one thing I don't like, the UI is still not perfect. It's clearly designed for a PC, and these have been ported over to console, but they just don't feel great. Like, there just seems to be too much on the screen, and when you're trying to click on things, it just feels clunky, and you end up sometimes clicking things twice, and there just seems to be too much to do with just a controller, which makes it confusing as you progress and just makes everything take longer than it really needs to. It feels like it's like a half-baked implementation of a controller's version of this mouse and keyboard scheme. Now, gameplay-wise though, it's pretty good. There's a lot of depth and strategy in this type of game. You get in two full campaigns basically to play through, which is nice. You can't complain at that, especially when this is priced at the same price as the other games. You're still able to obviously upgrade and customize your troops. You'll be able to select them and everything like that, level them up and make your army perfect to your playstyle. You play, like I say, from like an above view. You can sort of zoom in and spin the camera around, everything like that, and the graphics in game aren't too bad. The models are well detailed. There's day and night cycles and stuff like that, which are nice, but when you look at the cutscenes, it again falls flat. Like, they always seem to be like weird animatronic puppet like people on their cutscenes. I don't know why. Sometimes like the mouths aren't moving, or they're just sort of looking at you like House of Wax style. They've been embalmed and they didn't want to be embalmed and stuff like that, but it is what it is. Like I say, these are PC games that honestly have been out a while. I mean, Blitzkrieg came out, I believe, sort of like 2020, and so did Spectre of Communism, so they're a few years old now, and they're finally just getting ported over to Xbox. So I'm just grateful that they are being ported. It's always nice. I prefer the Spectre of Communism campaign. Just me. I just thought it was a bit more interesting. I like the sort of wintry sort of levels that you work through. Seeing all the snow and everything on the trees looked absolutely awesome. And yeah, it's okay. It's more of the same. If you've played any of the other games, you'll know exactly what you're in for. You'll know how it plays with the sort of turn-based, tile-based style that this game provides. It's not without its problems. Like I say, I've said that, but it does try, and it's much better than like poor. Like, I wouldn't say this is a bad game at all. There's no in-game purchases. There's no DLC to worry about. There's, like I say, full voice acting. Sometimes it's a little wooden, but it's there, which is a nice addition. And there's, like I say, a lot of cinematics. I think just in the Spectre of Communism side, there's probably about an hour of cinematics alone. So you're getting quite a lot when you think there's 2 games worth here. Now, there's tons of different classes of units to command, and when you've spent time upgrading them and working through the campaigns, it does give you a bit of depth and a bit of meat to get your teeth into, which is nice. Now, I have got another one of these games that I'm going to be reviewing soon, and I really hope that they slightly improve on some of these nagging issues. The UI, the sort of robotic, creepy 3D model cutscenes and stuff like that. But the core games themselves are pretty good. Now, the tutorial is non-existent as such. It's more you pick it up and learn it through the first couple of easier missions. And they do sort of explain things through the dialogue. It's just, it could do with a bit more in-depthness, maybe a more simplistic tutorial that sort of holds your hand more to tell you exactly what you've got to do. Because when you get further into the game and you're managing so many units as well as like air units and stuff like that, it gets a bit overwhelming, and that's when it stops being fun and becomes more of like a chore. But overall, it's a fun little game, and I have enjoyed my time playing it. It's pretty decent overall, like how much content they've put in. The fact they've bundled it, I'm very grateful for. Now, this is available to play on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S consoles, and it says it's optimised for Series X and S as well. It's priced at £41.74 on Xbox, so you may want to wait for a sale if this isn't your jam, but you can also pick them up separately on PC. Like, so if you only want to play one of them, you could technically pick up like the Spectre of Communism separately, because they're not bundled together like they are in this release. But it's cool. I love World War II games. I love games that present you with like an alternate history version of World War II as well. So all in all, the strategy side of it, the like accurate enough units and tanks and everything are cool. I love using the tactics. I love building up the armies and stuff before starting the missions and everything like that. That's great, and they give you a lot of content. It's just a bit rough around the edges, and that really lets it down. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you very soon for more content. Bye for now.